Hi everyone, this is Krishna Pragapati. Here I am going to explain switching devices in power electronic course. In switching devices, so far we discussed in the last videos. Two we have completed. The first one is power diode, second one is SCR. In the last video we completed the SCR. Now we are going to see third one is power BJT. Power BJT. So we'll see first one basics of power BJT. Basics of power BJT. Second one symbol of power BJT. Symbol. And third one structure of power BJT. Structure of power BJT. Fourth one, we'll discuss very briefly characteristics of power BJT. Characteristics of power BJT. Then fifth one, so we'll see lastly the applications. Applications of power BJT. So these are the my outlines for the power BJT. Okay, we'll see one by one. So first of all, we'll see basics of power BJT. Point number one is it can handle high current and high power as compared to normal BJT. It can handle high current and high power compared to normal BJT. Compared to normal BJT. And coming to point number two, it has high voltage and high resistance in case of off condition. Off condition means different modes of operations are there for the BJT. When it is in a cutoff region, means it's going to be getting a forward blocking capacity. It has a more forward blocking capacity because of high voltage and high resistance values. Forward blocking capacity. And basically it is a vertically oriented structure. Due to the vertically oriented structure, it has got so forward blocking capacity, and based on the structure also you can say forward blocking capacity. And the gain, this BJT having the more gain as compared to normal BJT. Normal BJT which we are using for in signal level applications. Here in this case, when the gain is more for this normal or for this power BJT, thereby when we are increasing the doping of emitter and collector compared to base, automatically the high, it is getting high gain, but what happened is current gain, beta value is going to be reducing. So, as I said, it has a high gain, high gain due to what? Due to what? Because of high doping of emitter as compared to base. Due to more doping, of emitter region, emitter region compared to base region. So base width is going to be doped very less as compared to emitter and collector. Means outermost layers of the device are going to be uh, doped highly, and inner middle layer is going to be doped very less values. And next one, because of this, we can say these are using for many applications. These are using for many applications, and we can say it is a current control device. It is a current control device. Current control device. It is a current control device. That means output current is going to be controlled by the given input current. When the output current controls the given input, that the device is called current control device. Okay? So these are some basics for power BJT. Next we will see the symbol of power BJT. I think it is very familiar to us. Symbol of power BJT. Symbol, I think. So two different types of transistor BJTs are available for us. One is this is the symbol of BJT, okay, and we are indicating this one with Q. Q is the letter which we are indicating this, and this is the emitter terminal, this is collector, and this is base, okay, and the type of BJT is called PNP. This is PNP type BJT. Okay. Then coming to other type, this is base, and this is the emitter terminal, and the RMR showing its outward side towards outward. This is collector. So two different types of power based BJTs are available. This is NPN type. NPN type. How do we differ these two? How do we identify the type of BJT that we have? See, the RMR, if the RMR shows inwards direction, it is called PNP BJT. If RMR indicates outwards, it's called NPN type BJT. Am I clear? Yes. Next, so in practically, so we are going to use PNP type more as compared to NPN type. And so we know the power BJT, and abbreviation of this BJT. BJT means bipolar junction transistor. Bipolar junction transistor. This we got the idea in secondary itself only. So the subject belongs to third year's first semester. Because I'm not, that's why I'm not repeating that the abbreviation of this BJT. BJT means bipolar junction transistor. Okay. Next we'll see. So we are going to use more and more this type of PNP type. Next we'll see the power BJT structure. Power BJT structure, and we'll compare both the power BJT and normal BJT. Okay. So structure. Structure. This is structure. Okay. So this is P region, P region, N region, N plus N minus, and P region. So this is 10 power 19 centimeter cube, 10 power 19 centimeter cube. Okay, this is the junction. This is the junction. So this is the junction. I can call this one is J1, and this is one more junction J2. Okay, and this terminal is base. This terminal is base, and this terminal is collector, and this terminal is emitter. Okay, and coming to doping level of this N-type layer is 10 power 14 centimeter cube. This is around 10 micrometers, and this is around 5 to 20 micrometers, and this is 50 to 200 micrometer. Okay, and the doping level of N plus is 10 power 19 centimeter cube, and this is again 10 power 19 centimeter cube, and the size width of the region is around 250 micrometers, like this. Means what? This BJT is 3 layers: P type, N type, P type. P and P type, and we can say 3 layers are there. 2 junctions are there: junction J1 and J2, junction J1 and J2, and 3 terminals. One is emitter, base, collector. 3 terminals are. So BJT is a 3 layer, 2 junctions, 3 terminal device. Okay, look at this. As I said, this plus indicates what? I have given the hint in the previous videos that whenever we place the plus here, means it is highly doped one. It is highly doped one. Means what? P layer which we are using in BJT is a highly doped one. As I said in basics, see outermost layers P and P, this P and this P, outermost layers are going to be doped very highly, and we can say the width of the doping is 10 power 19 centimeter cube, and internally we see in the middle what we see N minus, this portion of the this total entire portion, this entire portion indicates the n-type material. So n-type material, this portion is lightly doped one. Lightly doped one, you can say this one is drift layer. Drift layer. What we call? What do you mean by drift layer? Whenever it is lightly doped, it is ready to uh, allow the charge carriers into the next junctions. Next junction part of the next layers. Okay, so that is the main advantage of drift layer. When you compare this power BJT structure with normal BJT we are indicating with this is normal BJT. This is P type, N type, and P type. P type, N type, and P type. See, here also the doping level of the N material base is very less as compared to these two. But when compared with power BJT, the doping levels of N-type structure for the normal BJT are very less. So this is my collector terminal. This is my base terminal. This is my emitter terminal. Very simple to understand. See, means what? Whenever the device must carry the high powers, megawattage of powers, there must be highly doped particles in the device. Means highly doped layers must be there. Thereby, then only that device will carry the high currents and high power. That's why we are making the structure. We are going to make these changes in the BJT from normal stage to carry the high powers like this. So outermost layer P plus, outermost layer P plus are going to be doped very highly. So this is the structure of power BJT. See, this is the drift layer. N minus 1 means lightly doped area of N layer, highly doped area of N layer. Okay, this entire region highly doped, this entire region lightly doped. Okay, and when we compare both power BJT and normal BJT, so normal BJT is lightly doped one. There is no indication of plus, minus, plus, all this together. Means we do not indicate in plus minus the object means what? Normal doping for the single level applications. So next we'll see VI characteristics of power BJT. So for VI characteristics, we are going to see the output characteristics. So the operation of BJT also we are going to see operation when we see the working of power BJT along with the characteristics. We will see the characteristics first. So basically power BJT is going to be operated in 4 different modes. First mode of operation is cutoff mode, and second mode is active mode of operation. And third one is quasi saturation mode. And fourth one is hard saturation mode. Hard saturation mode. Okay, so we'll see them in the characteristics also. First of all, we will see the details of the working of the power BJT in a particular mode. So this mode comes into picture when the both emitter to collector junction and base to emitter junction. We will see this. See this. Look at this. Suppose we are connecting like this. So this is output, this is input. like this. Suppose two inputs are there. Biasing we are giving either sides, this side and this side. Suppose when you want to operate the BJT in cutoff mode, both the junctions, both the terminals, either input side and output side, both must be reverse biased. I can say that I can say that base emitter base emitter region reverse biased, base emitter reverse biased, and collector emitter also reverse biased. Collector emitter reverse biased. This is the condition that we have to use when power BJT must be operated in cutoff region. When you go to the active mode of operation for the power BJT, base emitter forward bias, but collector emitter reverse bias. Collector emitter reverse bias means what? Applying voltages making the sense means what? When you see the cutoff mode region, we are going to interchange the polarities of the supply either side to make the device into reverse bias condition. Okay, suppose when you go for the active mode of operation, base emitter junction must be in forward bias, means positive of the battery is connected to the base of the device, negative of the battery is connected to the emitter of the device. When you make the connection like this, that we can call forward bias condition. When you make the connection of the battery reverse, that we can say reverse bias condition. So next one is for these two regions, passive type and hot type of saturation regions, both must be both both must be in forward bias. Both must be in forward bias. What is the difference between quasi type and hot type? Generally, when you see the normal BJT operation, see in normal BJT operation we can able to see the three modes of operation. Those are only cutoff mode of operation, active mode, and saturation mode only. Three only there. But when coming to the power BJT, what happened here is there exist four different types of modes of operation. There exist two quasi saturation and one is a hard saturation. Two are there. Means difference between these two are quasi saturation means the device is able to carry the low powers. Device is able to carry the low powers during this mode of operation, quasi saturation region. If it is able to carry the high power means it's going to be hard saturation. Is going to be operated in hard saturation. We'll see one by one by taking the PA characteristics of power BJT. So the characteristics what we call output characteristics of the power BJT. Output terminals are this is VCE, this is IC current, this is IB current. Okay, then IE current. So IB current is entering, IC current is entering, IE is leaving. When you apply KCL to this circuit, this power BJT, IE is equal to IB plus IC. Like that you remember. And the output characteristics are drawn between VCE versus IC. Output characteristics are drawn between VCE versus IC. Here, just you see, as I said in basic, it's a current control device. Means this output current variation purely depends on the variation of the input current, base current. So output current is collector current here. Here the input current is base current. Based on the value of the base current, the flow of collector current will decide. Okay. Let us see the operation here. See this? So whenever IB equal to 0, suppose no voltage is applied across the base and the emitter terminal, what will be the output characteristics? So these are the output characteristics. For IB equal to 0, then further I am increasing the IB values. This is IB, this is IB1, IB2, IB3, IB4, IB4. Where IB4 is greater than IB3 is greater than, I am writing here, just look at this. IB4 greater than IB3 greater than IB2, IB1 and IB. Let us see IB equal to 0 here. IB equal to 0 here. Okay? So this region is called quasi saturation region. This is hard saturation region. Hard. Toward that, if IB equal to 0, there is no conduction takes place. That's why this entire region is called cutoff region. I'm writing here. So this is VCE, this is IC. So this entire region is called cutoff region. Cutoff region. Okay. So here we can say breakdown. Breakdown takes place. Here in the middle, when the input current is constant, both output voltage, whenever the output voltage increases, even though you are increasing the output voltage, your collector current maintains the constant value. The reason is called, it is an active region, active mode of operation, active mode. Okay, see, so four different types of modes of operation that we got in VI characteristics. First one is cutoff region. Second one is active mode of operation. Third one is quasi type, and fourth one is hard saturation region. Like this. So our BJT output current, collector current is controlled by varying the input current, base current. That's why this device, this BJT is called current control device. This is very important parameter to be remembered forever, because in many times they are asking in competitive exams also, what is power BJT? They are giving options like voltage control device, current control device, power control device, none of the above like that. So when the question is given like this, you are able to answer for that question based on all this theory part. If you know all this theory part, and if you know this knowledge, then only you can answer for that question. Please remember this forever. And finally, we'll see the applications of power BJT. Applications of power BJT. Applications. So this type of power BJT are using in SMPS. SMPS means switch mode power supply, which we are able to see in computers or CPU system. In CPU, there is one power supply that we are using. Without that system, or if the power is going to be, if power is gone, the normal supply is not available, automatically the system is going to be stopped. Means the power is off. If SMPS is presented in the system or CPU, then it will give power supply back up to that system for few more minutes. So in that type of systems, we are going to use the power BJT as a switch and other switching purposes. And second one is DC to AC, DC to AC converter, DC to AC converter. DC to AC converter means inverter system. Inverter system also same as our AC/PS system. In inverter, what happened is there is a combination of rectifier, battery, and inverter. Three different types of power processing are there. So in that, our power BJT also plays vital role in inverting operation. And third one is power amplifiers. Power amplifiers. Power amplifiers means what, where the power is going to be amplified, there the some switching operation is required for the entire configuration of power electronics. There we are going to use this power BJT. And fourth one is relays. Relay operation. In most of the things we can see this type of relays in power system applications. So in that case, if you want to operate the relay, what we call static device, that we are going to use most probably power BJT. Then we'll see the power BJT in medical electronics. Medical electronics, biomedical electronics, what we call biomedical electronics, like that. Few examples, few applications that I am giving here. So many applications are there. Just I am giving the 5 applications here. So I am concluding here. So regarding this power BJT. Power BJT, we have seen the basics of power BJT. Then we have seen the symbol, structure, difference between the both normal BJT and power BJT in structure wise. And as I said, it's a vertically oriented structure. Okay, then we have seen the different types of working principle and working of power BJT with respect to the VI characteristics. That we discussed in case of VI characteristics, 3 different types of different modes of operation of power BJT. Then finally we concluded that the power BJT is a current control device, that because output current, collector current of the power BJT is controlled by the input current, base current. Hence we concluded that our power BJT is a current control device. We will see after this power BJT, we are going to see the power MOSFET. Power MOSFET is somewhat different when compared with power BJT. So in the next class, in the next video, we are going to see the details about the power MOSFET. Thank you.
ఎన్ని మినిట్స్
33 minutes.
ఇందాకది
32.
ఇందాకది 32
సింగిల్ టాపిక్ 32 33 వస్తుంది. చెప్పేస్తావా? ఇంట్లో చెప్తావా, దాంట్లో చెప్తావా?
సిస్టంలో చెప్తాను.